We've talked about the battery and the brain that guards it. Now let's talk about how you put the energy back, the charger. And look, I know it seems like the most boring thing in the box, the brick you toss in a drawer and forget about. But there's real safety living in this little guy, and a couple things worth knowing that almost nobody thinks about. 2 minutes. Here's the simple version. The power coming out of your wall, it's the wrong kind for a battery, wrong voltage, and it's alternating current. The kind that flips back and forth. But your battery needs steady, one direction power at a very specific voltage. So the charger is the translator sitting between the two. It takes that wild wall power and turns it into the exact, clean, steady stream your battery can safely drink. That brick isn't just a cord, it's a little converter doing real work. And here's the part that connects straight back to the battery video. The charger doesn't just blast power in until you yank the plug. It works in a handshake with the BMS. Remember that Guardian board on the battery? The charger offers power. The BMS decides how much to accept, watches the temperature, and tells the charger when to ease off near the top and when to stop completely. So a full charge isn't the charger finishing. It's the BMS saying, okay, that's enough. The two of them talking the whole time are what keep charging safe, which is exactly why the right charger matters so much. So when you look at a charger, two things matter. First, the numbers. It'll show a voltage and an amperage, something like 67 volts, 2 amps. The voltage has to match your battery's pack. That part's non-negotiable. And more amps just means a faster charge. Second, the safety mark. Look for a certification like UL right on the brick. And I'll say this one plainly because it's safety. This thing plugs into your wall and runs for hours, sometimes while you're asleep. A cheap, uncertified charger is one of the genuinely risky corners to cut on an electric scooter. This is not the place to save 10 bucks. Let's clear up a few myths fast. Myth 1. Any charger with the right plug will work. Nope. The plug fitting means nothing. The voltage has to match your pack exactly or you can damage the battery or worse. Myth 2. A higher amp charger will hurt my battery. Not if the BMS is doing its job. It only accepts what it's designed to, so a faster charger mostly just charges faster. And myth 3. I should always charge to 100% and drain it to zero. Actually, one for the longest battery life living in the middle, roughly 20 to 80% is gentler on it. Topping up is totally fine. It's the extremes, held for a long time, that age a battery. So sizing up a charger comes down to a few honest questions. Does it carry a real safety certification or no marking at all? Does the brand sell a proper replacement, so you're not stuck with some sketchy third-party one if you lose it? And the simplest rule of all, use the charger that came with your scooter. It was matched to that exact battery on purpose. You don't need a grade from me here. Match the voltage, trust the safety mark, use the right brick. That's the charger. The quiet little converter that puts your rides back in the tank, safely. The display and controls are a natural next stop. That's how the scooter actually talks to you. Or if you'd rather see what your real range looks like between charges, run your route through the range tool right below.